This is the most exciting time in human history to be alive. I want you to get the big picture here. The revolution in AI, data centers, and the electrification of virtually all of the world's transportation fleets. Folks, cars, trucks, trains, boats, and someday even airlines, we'll talk about this, are going electric. This is creating the largest economic and investment opportunity in human history. There is a dramatic shift globally to the electrification of utilities, using renewable energy and so on. I just want to give you a sense. China built more solar and wind and battery power last year than the rest of the world combined, ×2. To date this year, 92% of all new power added in the United States is renewable. That's what is being added today. Why? It's just cheaper. I'm going to be a little controversial here. We have 14 of the world's largest utilities as investors. There are no Marxists in this group. They're looking for the cheapest, most reliable power you can get online soonest. Cost of batteries continues to go down faster than anybody dreamed. And it's now speeding up because we're moving from lithium ion to iron phosphate batteries, which is changing everything. That's leading to the next great trend, which is autonomous vehicles. Folks, 36 months ago, this is science fiction. Waymo delivered 13,000 rides in October 2023. Last October, 150,000 rides. This year, they will do 12 million rides. Globally, next year, 25 million. Every one of you will be riding in a vehicle without a driver in your lifetime, most likely in the next year or two. So with that, let me just leave you with one of my favorite quotes from Steve Jobs. My father always said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Folks, in the 1970s, great advice. Today, throw that one right out the window. Steve Jobs' mantra for every one of you in this room is, if you are not busy obsoleting your own business, somebody else will. Get with it. Make no mistake, we're going to see the largest increase in demand in human history. No one fully knows how to deal with this. In our lives, I promise you right now, you're going to be hearing more about brownouts, shortages than ever before. Second, you heard me talk a lot about renewables, and in renewables for the short term, the next 5-10 years really are the answer. It's not because I like them, or frankly, even because they're that green. It's because they're the fastest, least expensive thing you can get out there. And if there's one technology to really look at, it's this thing called virtual power plants. And this is why this one is so fun. If you're a utility executive, all you care about is 99.999%, not all, but one of the major things, 99.99% reliability. You want to know it's there. But it's really expensive to build out this enormous network of power plants just to solve for the top 2 or 3 or 4 days a year of demand. And what you're seeing increasingly in places like Arizona, where they have huge heat swings, they're leaders in what are called virtual power plants, which is where you don't build new plants all the time, but you aggregate power sources that are already there. I will tell you flat out, AI is going to obsolete a lot of jobs. Our job is to realize that at the same time that happens, new technologies enable all sorts of cool stuff, new businesses, new revenue lines. Our mind, because of how we grew up, is often based on, we need oil, we just drill it, we use it once, it goes into effluent and it's in the atmosphere for hundreds of years. We need mining, we go drill it and we make a lot of electronics and we throw them in the dump and then we go do it again and again and again. The world does need to move at a certain pace towards a circular economy. And the great thing about batteries is A, we're working on smart ways to remove cobalt, manganese, and other extremely dangerous and hard to get rare earth minerals out of the process. 2, most batteries, I don't know if you know this, are 95 to 97% recyclable, and that number is going up. Now, everybody says, which company should I invest in? Here's the secret. A guy named J.B. Straubel has a firm called Redwood Recycling that is probably the global leader, but it's wildly capital intense. The gross margins are small. I wouldn't run out and invest in lithium mines or battery recycling just yet, but it will be a very important business to track in the future, and you're good to ask that question. Artificial intelligence really unlocks the central challenge of education, which is that if you lived in Bellevue or Palo Alto, for terms of education, you're really set. Great public schools, great universities, woohoo. The other 95% of the world, not so lucky. What artificial intelligence does is give you a chance to train everybody and get everybody to an equal playing field. A lot of what we invest in, and we're kind of an energy, mobility, smart buildings company today, what a lot of our LPs are asking us for is which companies help us educate our workforce, our maintenance teams, assembly line people, to use all these new technologies faster than others and gets them up and going on the new technologies. So I think AI for sure has some challenges, but the upside is far greater. Thank you.
Steve, thank you for sharing your insights.